Maybe it's like cooking, you know, you can't add another ingredient before this ingredient, you see. We need to do it step by step. And Gerald really knows all the steps very well.
If you ask me again, can I replicate the process myself? I think the answer is no. I think I will still need Gerald's help. I don't think I can do it by myself. Yeah. He's actually husband of my one of my closer friend. So actually in the process of chit-chatting with my close friend, right, I knew that Gerald actually is very passionate about the work. So all the while I was thinking, one day if I have the chance to buy and sell a house or something, hey, that's a very good resource that I have there. And turns out that this day really came. We were still in two minds back then whether to move or not. And we just wanted to find out to see how the market's doing, what we can do. I think one thing that was clear in the conversation is that Gerald was focused on what we actually need lah. Do we want to find a place that we want to stay in forever, or are we actually looking at investment? All our doubts are basically answered very promptly, very responsive. So why not just continue with what we have built up lah. Anyway, I think he knows about our situation and what we need through all the conversations and like to and fro's in the chat.
Initially, I guess we were also a bit concerned about like, will we be able to sell our house given that there's so many other competitors out there? Actually, Gerald calls down a professional photographer to help take very nice pictures of the house and also take like a 3D model of the house. And also through Gerald's filtering, we got a very small group of buyers that I think is very interested in our house. And then that resulted in our house being sold in a very short period of time, within around a week.
So I think the buying process is a lot more scary than the selling process. And I think there were a few times where we were a bit rash because anxiety kicks in and we were like thinking, oh, okay, maybe this one can work lah. We just go with it lah. Gerald is always there to play a bit like of a devil's advocate. Like, are you sure? Because this property might be slightly older, you know? If you go in there, then you need to think about this and that.
Or the facing may not be that good. He'll remind us so that we don't rush into it because we are desperate for our house. Yeah. I think he really understands our anxiety and tries to get things done as soon as possible.
After the dust settled, we did really have an upgrade because our square footage is bigger than the HDB that we have now, and we're actually quite happy with the property and the price that we went in at now. I really like the drive that he has for the work. I think he's very enthusiastic even from the first chat that we had on all these housing matters. So I think that passion was something that led us to continue the conversation.
And I think another part is the reassurance part. I think buying house is actually quite a scary process. It's a very big ticket item. I think Gerald answers all these questions very promptly and he reassures you that you'll definitely find a new house and a better one. Because I think, to be honest, knowledgeable, if you go read things up, we can always be quite knowledgeable about things. But this soft aspect, I think, is something very unique about Gerald that not all agents will have.
I would like to thank John and Wendy for the opportunity to work with you for your upgrading journey. If you are in a similar situation and are exploring your upgrading options, feel free to reach out to me to make the process simplified for you. Ask me, I am Gerald Leong.